You know, in theology, you sometimes get these images that are so powerful, they almost seem like a contradiction. Today, we're diving into one of the most famous ones, the lion and the lamb. One is all about fierce, conquering power. The other, about gentle, perfect sacrifice. So how on earth can they be talking about the same person?
It really is a fascinating puzzle when you think about it. One image speaks of quiet sacrifice, the other of just overwhelming power. How do those two things exist in the same being? That's the core question we're going to unpack right now.
All right, so to crack this thing open, we've got to start with the first piece of the puzzle, the lamb. This identity was pinned on Jesus right from the get-go, at the very beginning of his ministry, in this really powerful statement from John the Baptist.
Now, when John the Baptist says this, he's not just, giving a nice compliment or calling Jesus a good teacher. No, this is a huge declaration. He's basically framing him as a sacrifice with a very specific, world-changing job to deal with the problem of sin.
And you gotta understand, this idea of a sacrificial lamb wasn't new to anyone hearing this. It was super deep in their history and tradition. It meant innocence, purity, and offering made to make things right for wrongdoing. The whole concept really goes all the way back to the Passover story.
And get this wasn't just a New Testament thing. We're talking hundreds of years earlier. The prophet Isaiah wrote this, pointing out a really key part of what it means to be the lamb. This quiet, willing acceptance of its fate. No fighting back.
And what's so powerful here is the contrast. I mean, just think about it. If you or I were being captured and led to our own execution, we'd probably be fighting, screaming, trying to get away, right? But all the accounts show Jesus was silent, unresisting. It was so unusual, perfectly fulfilling that old prophecy.
So here's the bottom line for this first part. The lamb identity is completely focused on one thing, solving the internal problem of human sin, and it does it through a willing, innocent sacrifice.
Okay, so that's the lamb. Now let's flip the coin and look at the other side of this paradox. This is where we get a completely different image, one that shows up in this incredible dramatic vision in the book of Revelation.
So picture this, a huge cosmic drama is unfolding. The Apostle John sees God on his throne, and in his hand is a scroll. This scroll is basically the title deed to all of creation, God's entire plan. But it's sealed shut, locked up tight.
Then a mighty angel booms out this question for the entire universe to hear. Who is worthy? Who can break these seals and open this scroll? And what follows is just this devastating silence. No one. No one in heaven, no one on earth, no one under the earth is worthy enough to do it. And this just shows you the scale of the problem. I mean, even the heavy hitters of the Bible fell short. Adam failed in the garden. Moses disobeyed God. The great King David, he had major flaws. Even the Apostle Paul flat out called himself the chief of sinners. Nope, none of them were worthy.
So John is just weeping, right? He thinks all hope is lost. And just then, an elder comes up and tells him this incredible news. There is someone who's worthy, but listen to how he's introduced, not as a gentle lamb, but as the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah.
And this identity is a total 180 from the lamb. The lion is all about strength, kingship, and just raw triumphant power. This is the warrior king who has the authority and the might to take down God's ultimate cosmic enemy.
Okay, so how in the world do you put these two together? A gentle, sacrificial lamb and a fierce, conquering lion. This is where the whole thing just brilliantly clicks into place.
Well, from a biblical perspective, you could say the universe has two huge problems that need fixing. Problem number one, the external enemy, Satan. And problem number two, the internal problem, sin, which is what separates people from God.
And check out this beautiful two-part solution. To deal with the external enemy, Satan, you need a lion, a victorious king who can fight and win. But to solve the internal problem of sin, you need a lamb, a perfect sacrifice. It takes one person with two natures to solve two totally different problems.
And this is the key. This is everything. In that vision from Revelation, the angel, who is also a created being, sees a lion, the only one who could defeat their rebellious brother Satan. But John, who represents all of us, he sees a lamb, the one who can save humanity. It all depends on your perspective. To his enemy, he is a terrifying conqueror. To us, he's a gentle redeemer. And that is why this unique dual role made him the only one in all of creation and all of history who was actually qualified to open that scroll and see God's plan through to the end.
I mean, think about the checklist. He overcame everything thrown at him. By living a sinless life, he beat temptation. By enduring the cross, he overcame rejection. By rising from the grave, he conquered death itself. He played the part of the lion and defeated the enemy, and he played the part of the lamb to redeem all of us.
So, you see, it was never a contradiction at all. It was the ultimate qualification. He was the only one who could solve both of the universe's main problems, which is what makes him the great Redeemer.
And that kind of leaves us with a final thought, moving away from theology for a second and more to us. In our own lives, when do we need that gentle grace of the lamb, and when do we need the courage and the grit of the lion? It's a pretty powerful question to carry with you.